Hey there, Libra community. Soul Tigress here with a story for this wonderful community. Now, I'm not totally sure what's going to come out. All I know is the vibe that I've been feeling is there's a lot of busyness. A lot of busyness. Libra in this story is multitasking on a lot of things. Almost buried in the busyness. But is this busyness a mask? I have to ask that question. And there is a sense that there's something backwards. I'm not sure how that's going to come out, why that's around, but there is some backwardness to something. All right, so just like y'all, I'm showing up to the table. Not too sure, but ancestors, angels, spirit guides, as well as divine and universal energy has been called in to help bring the positive messages, but also to be guides and protectors. I am bringing this up because we are going to be working into the Libra shadow side. I have my Murder of Crows tarot right here. Warning, some of the images can be kind of graphic, just depending on who you are. I will usually give you a warning if they are, and then we'll do some buzz kind of sound for you to be able to look back. All right? Because everybody has their perspectives, everybody has their preferences, and everybody has their safe zones. And I would like to honor everyone's safe zones. This is a safe and sacred space for all the brothers, sisters, they, and them. All right, so let's get started with the introduction. We're going to start off with some Unicorn Oracle. What is it? And I'm hearing tongue-tied. Maybe this backwardness has to do with the sense of being tongue-tied. All right, innocence. Take time to play. Nurture your inner child. Live with a childlike sense of wonder. This could be getting back to not being so judgmental towards a situation that hurt this Libra. This situation has to do with them not getting to the sun. What I'm hearing is them not getting a break. Does this break have to do with a person, place, or thing? Whatever this was that they didn't get to, I felt like it took some innocence away from them. So let's continue. What else would like to come out for the Universe Oracle? Cycles. Everything has its right time. Honor the cycles of your body. Time into the moon's magic. Oh, tune into the moon's magic. Excuse me. All right, and that one lands on leadership. Step into your leadership. Share your message. Inspire and empower others. Whatever this Libra has been stuck on, harboring in, or chained to, it's a part of you being able to recognize your inner self, that power you have. That power not to walk away, but to lead in a whole new direction. Wow. And as we talk about that, polarity comes out. And with polarity, integrate your shadow side. There can be no light without dark. Understand the law of polarity between wise and new, or I should say wise and noob, new and old, light and dark, cold and hot. What that falls onto is passions. Do what excites you. Get fired up about your life. Increase your energy levels. See yourself there. That's what I hear, is see yourself there. Every time that this Libra says that it didn't work out because of me or something I did, they're not seeing themselves there. They're holding up themselves. They're putting out this fiery passion for that ultimate goal. That ultimate goal could have to do with abundance. Enjoy the bounty of life. Your supply is unlimited. Blessings are coming to you. What happens after storms? It's quite beautiful out. If you live in a desert, flowers are going to start blooming, whereas they're not there when it's terribly dry. There's a new crisp in the air after a good rain shower, after a good cleansing. Just know that this is a part of your journey. This cleanse out is going to help get you to balance. Take time to relax, indulge a little more or less. Set boundaries with your work. All right. I feel like balance needs to be towards the polarity and leadership. So let's go ahead and dive into the tarot. The vibes matching up so far to the introduction. All right, let's see what wants to come out more in depth with the tarot. So under cycles comes death. And you've seen that little dance. With this specific death card, somebody's not quite there yet. They're almost there to what they can see behind the curtain. Who was this actual person that was hiding behind the mask? Or is this Libra that has themselves hidden behind the mask because of an experience they had that took away, they felt like, their innocence, that took away their sun? And then directly on balance is the Six of Coins. Deep down, there's not harmony happening with this Libra. They're busy, they're busy, they're busy, but in a sense, it's to make up for the not feeling harmonized. Okay, y'all seen that flip. We'll take it. So what we don't see is a Two of Wands in reverse and a Ten of Coins and upright. What I'm hearing is this situation left Libra looking in both directions. They're still looking in both directions, even though they're hiding under a lot of different other things where they're multitasking in the 3D itself. But if you were to go into their energy, their heart, or even to be let into their mind, you would see that there's a good spot in there, a pretty big spot that harbors around how this situation turned its back on them. And the situation could have been a few others that were there too. What I'm hearing directly is, will I ever find anybody who's truly going to be there for me? That's what I heard looking at this 10 of coins and this 2 of wands. What else would like to come out? I have a 6 of wands. This lands under passion and abundance. There's a certain outcome that this Libra wants. It could be with an ideal job, having ideal people in this job that surrounds them, an ideal family setting, an ideal setting with something that they're passionate about, and they want others to come with them. They want others in it. And as I say that, I have a 10 of wands. Okay, let's see. Oh, yeah, this is what it has to do with. Okay, Libra. Let's break it down. These 2 cards right here. This one we don't see. This one we see. The direct message that I'm being told to relay here, Libra, is holding on to the others, these others, and I'm going to hide this, these others here, because that's what I'm focused on. Oh, let me do that. I'm focused on these ones. That's who I was talking about, these others who turn their back on you, or were quick to turn their back on you. You may have been left with one other energy there who is actually solid. This could have been a family member, a mentor, but it seemed like everyone else, I don't know if Libra knows it, at that time they were surrounded by really immature taking energies. I would even say a little bit of superficialness. This is definitely a crowd that dwells in keeping up with the Joneses. That's what I'm feeling. And what I have here is dwelling on all those energies that turned your back on you. It has you self-sabotaging. It has you clipping at the wings that you used to fly, to get to your goals, to get to your destiny. And I would even say, this other energy, you haven't fully eliminated it out of your social dynamic. Somehow this energy is around. I don't know how it's around, but it's still around. Even if you're not hanging out with this energy, somehow they're still around. And I feel it like it's, yes, it is in the thoughts, it is in the energy, but I'm being pushed. It's also in your reality outside, in your external environment somehow. All right, I'm hearing 2 more cards. 2 more cards, because we got to talk about the harder stuff here soon. 2 more cards. Okay. Here we go. 2 more cards. What would like to come out for the present? There they are. It said 3 cards now. So I have a hermit here in side position that lands directly on that 6 of wands. Under abundance, under passion. With all the multitasking that's happening at hand, Libra has been able to create a veil that they're operating in these 2 senses where they're at the most in their passion, they're at the most in their abundance. If that was the case, then why haven't you leveled up from this energy yet? That's what I would ask directly. Then I have a 9 of Swords in reverse. And what we don't see is an 8 of Swords in upright. What I'm hearing, you were so young at that time. Whether it's 2 years from now, 6 months, it was in what you understood. From that time to now, Libra has done work. And I feel like it's also been in a social dynamic. But they're not really intaking it. They're still surrounding themselves, again, with this situation where they felt like their innocence was taken, their son was taken. There's somebody that's hiding behind, or somebody's situation, place, thing that was behind a big mask. There's something that hasn't been pulled back to show what's really behind that curtain. All right, so let's dive into the block. What is it that would like to come out? And this is the shadow side. I always associate this deck strictly with the shadow side. And then we're going to start off with the Page of Cups, or actually Knight of Cups. I have this Knight of Cups here in upright, and it lands on the Devil. The emotions are still out on something. With this Knight of Cups and upright, there's almost a sense of trying to get away from being chained up, but there's no success. Everything still leads this Libra back to those chains. The Devil energy is also represented by Capricorn. Capricorn can be very reserved when dealing with emotions, to the point where they avoid them, even though Capricorn has the fish tail. And what I have is a 9 of Swords inside position. Now this one is not terribly graphic, but it can be, you know, not the most pleasant image. So I'm going to ask whoever is a little bit sensitive with images that you go ahead and you look away on this one. Like I said, it's not too bad, but for some people, they may not prefer it. And you should hear a ding, some kind of sound effect that's going to let you know to go ahead and look back. We put the card down. All right, so here I go. This is the type of energy that this Libra is facing. I'm hearing a lot when they're by themselves. They keep themselves so busy so they don't go back to dwell on it. It's almost easier not to take a break, because if they take a break, things catch up. And they don't want things to catch up. And right here I have the Page of Cups. Page of Cups that lands on the Hermit, the 6 of Wands, 10 of Wands, and 3 of Swords. Following that is the Knight of Swords and the 3 of Pentacles. There's a big drive in Libra to start moving towards where they want to go. But the way these contracts worked out, it didn't work out the way they wanted them to, and that's what's holding them up. That's what's also taking away from the passion. It's taking away from their ideal outcome, that abundance. They just keep looking at it. And they're only looking at it from the view that they had back then. They're only looking at it from one side of the scale. And what we don't see is the Chariot and upright. The movement has been in the same direction. Again, only one side of the scales. All right, that magic number 2. I'm seeing a 1 though. I guess one more card. All right, one more card. What else would like to come out for the Libra community? Ah, it was 2. Until Libra gets behind that curtain and really exposes what's behind there, there's not going to be fulfillment in the emotions. They're always going to feel drained. Drained about thinking about maybe doing another situation like that. Drained about why it still didn't work. And slowly but surely, I feel like I'm really focused on this. I feel like that exterior that they cover themselves with to protect themselves is going to start getting thicker and thicker. And with that being said, they may miss something, an opportunity, an omen, a message, a glance. They may miss something. Because it's too thick to come through. And the last card I have is the Ace of Wands. And it lands solely on that 10 of coins. Harboring on those other energies that turn their backs, that wasn't the greatest. I feel like the passions are really overlooking that. They're overlooking that. They're not flying. They're just like, what else could I have done? What else? What was it about me? What was it? They really put that Ace of Wands, that fiery passion, that being able to build, as something that was taken. It was taken when these people turned their backs. And they feel like if things could have played out differently, instead of having these thorns around, it'd be full of flowers, it'd be full of fruits, it would be full of vegetables, it would be the ideal. Don't live in the past. Why does the past self get all the best experiences? That doesn't make sense. You have so much life to live. There's just a deep sadness in there. A deep sadness. All right. Divine and universal energy. Let's clean up this. Let's clean up this and do some shuffling. I'm hearing to repeat again, why does your past self get all the best experiences? If you were surrounded by a person, place, things, people that were quick to turn their back on you, those were temporary individuals. They were always going to be temporary individual. But what I get from the Libra in this story is they want something that's long, that's lasting, that's passionate. They have to understand they can have that innocence again. They can at any moment. They just got to take that leadership role and fill out the cycles in this story. This part of a chapter in their life. See how it had to play to get this Libra to their ideal outcome, because all the best things we have to work for. Anybody who's striving to get that boss position has to work for it. Anybody who's just handed it doesn't appreciate it. Libra, you're not getting handed anything. Part of your journey is to find that balance. Not only seen from one side, but seen from the other, and not in the extremes. Being able to balance both of those views. One thing about Libra, and I feel like I really need to say this, I'm getting teasing. Libras, you have wonderful communication skills. I tell you what, Libra can slick talk me a lot of times. I'm not gonna lie, because it's just the way y'all communicate about the things that you're passionate about. It's really nice to sit down and talk with a Libra. It's really nice to see a person, a frequency that is so driven when they're balanced and making sure everybody's taken care of equally. Don't forget that about yourself. Don't sit here and worry so much about everyone else and forget about yourself. Libra, you matter too. The situations in your block, the shadow side's coming out because you also want this outcome. You want this abundance, and you want it to be passionate, and you want it to be balanced. And it's one that you want to be able to lead in. What I'm hearing to ask is, what are you gonna do to get there, to make those moves? What is it? All right, I'm hearing a nice ding ding. Angels of protection, ancestors, spirit guides, divine and universal energy. What is it that needs to come out to help the Libra community with their block? I have 3 cards. This goes into the thoughts. This goes into trying to see all around this situation, how it wasn't harmonizing. I have victim. But what I'm hearing is, just because somebody's a victim, it doesn't mean they have to stay a victim. What I'm hearing is a victim of circumstances. You don't have to live in that situation still. Living there mentally and emotionally, even though you're not presently there physically, you're still that victim. You're still being played upon, and instead of you being played upon these other individuals, you're playing upon yourself, but you're still using that energy. It's time to come out of the confusion with it. You've been seeing it from that younger view. What is it that the wisdom side, the other side of the scale, is trying to tell you? What is it? I have to pause and just look at this because this is amazing. What is it that the wisdom is trying to help get you to that creation? What new needs to be created inside the thoughts and the emotions to help clear out the fog? A cleansing could be saging out the thoughts. When you sage, you go to every specific window. Depends. Some people like to do door frames as well. And you're saying prayers. Prayers to release the negativity, but also prayers to bring in new energy. What is it that needs to be prayed upon, cleansed out, to help open that creation? And that creation did go face down onto that Page of Cups. Page of Cups, that emotion. The emotion that we're living in that young experience. Still residing with those kind of judgments. So I'm going to speak upon this. These two are going to be crown chakra. This one is heart chakra. The next one is heart chakra, lands onto that Page of Cups, Knight of Swords, and the Three of Coins contracts. It was a part of your journey of being able to get closer to yourself. Being able to navigate bumpy waters. I'm sorry, I was holding a side position. That's the way it landed. Anyways, being able to navigate bumpy waters with individuals that are always going to be defensive to you and what you bring in as an individual. One thing is, if you're this awesomeness that shines, that, is really trying their best, that intimidates others. And that could intimidate a partner so much as well that they could start resenting their spouse, resenting their partner in business, resenting a coworker, resenting that family member. Some people get upset because they're not putting in the work, or they're getting upset because they're not aligning with your purpose, because they want that for themselves, but they don't have that recognition that their purpose may be something different. So what it is getting over individuals who are just, look at that, really not at your level. Look at that body language. They're not at your level, and they're not open to being at that level. I wouldn't feed into that gossip. I wouldn't give two shits about it. Because those are insecure people who gossip. Those are low frequency people. And when you hear that, follow your instinct. Look at that instinct. This is another crown chakra. That instinct's going to come in from higher up. Messages. Those higher up messages could be directly linked from spirit guides, ancestors, angels, or even divine and universal, or the knowledge that you have within your light being that you have inside this vessel that you harbor. Just all depends. Follow that instinct when it comes down to those thoughts. So I have a feeling that these type of individuals have been feeling those thoughts. And if we look back here, that's what we've seen in the block as well. And see, an instinct lands on miracle. That is solar plexus energy right there. Sometimes it can be a miracle to be able to step up and accept ourselves, especially after we've been hard on ourselves about a situation. The miracle of being able to finally take a nice deep breath after we've been chained so long to a situation and we're able to take off the change. The miracle that happens when we look behind the disguises of others or situations that we're saying something different, but when we pull back the curtain, like on Wizard of Oz, they pulled back Oz's curtain, it was some little dude there. It could be something different. Get curious about that curtain. Instead of looking at this curtain as always, well, this curtain is the veil of the shame that I did everything wrong. Okay, well, that was past you. We all make mistakes. Let's go ahead and look behind all this that has been veiled here, that had been built up here. Again, around this situation. Let's see what's really going on. All right, so I have one more card. One more card before I end this. There it is. There they are. All right. And I'll take this one. Here we go. So, first one. Gratitude. When we invoke gratitude, that frequency, that level of love, a person's world starts to shift. Instead of being upset something isn't the way it once was before, being grateful to even have shared in that experience. You know, example, road rage. You can get mad at the person who's flipping you off, cutting you off, but on the same token, you could be grateful that that is not your spouse, partner, father, mother, anyone you're related to, boss. That person you only have to deal with for those mere seconds, maybe a few minutes, and then they're out of your life. You don't have to take them home with you. What is it about this situation that we can lead with gratitude for the cycles, for the polarity, and find that passion? This gratitude's actually going to help increase that passion and increase that abundance. And then what I have that we don't see is despondence. Look at that again. Those both two, gratitude and despondence, are third eye energy. You are the maker of your world. Look at this person. They're not on your level. These people that turn their back on you, look at that. In every which way, they're not on your level. Being okay because you know you have this world. You know you can grow it. You feel it. You see it. Now, don't worry about the naysayers. Don't worry about them. And the last one I have, solar plexus. This is really dealing with direct self now. How we feel about self is facade. What is it that these chains have held you to? What's the facade behind that? The thoughts. What is it? Take yourself hand in hand. A new view and that wisdom. Let's navigate together. Really ground yourself out in these two perspectives, the balance that you can find between them, the harmonizing balance, that balance that you know you can face anything with. Wow, Libra, in this community, I knew this was gonna be a story for the books here. I just didn't realize how impactful this is. I can share this little tidbit before I end the video. One thing that I came to earlier this week, it was feeding into from the previous week, is how do I want to focus my energy? Where are my goals at? What happens when I start to focus on others instead of myself, instead of where I want to go, instead of where I want to be? And it was a lot. And I'm going to see if these will all pop out. It's a lot of sifting. But as you can see, that top one here is my abundance, followed by the polarity. But still, those chains will always be there, wanting to chain you back, wanting you to self-sabotage, wanting you to worry about the Joneses, the crowd, the people who are not going to be there to help out, the people who literally will make you question things. Things that are meant to help you grow. It can be it can be hard navigating group type situations, more than one individual situation, especially when we had a lot invested there. But your outcome is there. It's of abundance. Just recognize who you are, where you want to go, and being okay that you're on another level. And what you seek is on another level. And it's not on the level of these people, because these people are here. You're here. But where you want to go is up here. It's just a little bit of work to do. Really use discernment when you're putting your focus to areas. Don't just bury yourself to not feel or not process what's holding you back. Getting down in that nitty gritty and processing is what's going to release the chains. It's what's going to release that fog. Start praying, start making those positive affirmations, start putting out what you want. And when you start doing it, don't worry about the crowd. Because it's your alignment, it's your goal, it's your destiny. Some people are just not on that frequency, they're not doing it. And that's okay. That is okay, because we're each individuals. And we're allowed to have our free will and do whatever we want in this lifetime. But for Soul Tigers, it's all about the positiveness and moving forward and going up. Thank you so much for sharing your frequency with me, Libra community. And I hope y'all have a wonderful rest of your day.